And right away tonight, we want to take you to the Seattle airport, where not long ago, Amanda Knox, the 24-year-old American student released just yesterday from prison in Italy, landed after a 9-hour flight, cleared customs, and stepped to a microphone to address supporters. ABC's Neil Karlinski is there with our coverage of Amanda Knox homecoming.
Welcome home, Amanda! Yeah.
As she landed in her hometown of Seattle just a few hours ago, Amanda Knox set foot on American soil for the first time in 4 years and finally spoke for herself.
They're reminding me to speak in English because I'm having problems with that.
It was an extraordinary moment in a case full of them. Even Knox herself couldn't seem to believe the moment she was now living was really happening.
I'm really overwhelmed right now. I was looking down from the airplane and it seemed like everything wasn't real. What's important for me to say is just thank you to everyone who's believed in me, who's defended me, who's supported my family.
For the Knox family, it almost seems so surreal. A little more than 24 hours ago, Amanda was sitting in an Italian courtroom, convicted of murder and serving a sentence that was supposed to keep her behind bars for a quarter century. That all ended when the jury hearing her appeal overturned the conviction and set her free. Her long journey home began at the airport in Rome around noon, where she boarded flight 553 to London, then caught a connecting flight to Seattle. Her mood, her smile, even her outfit were put under the media microscope. When they finally arrived, her exhausted parents could only express their thanks as Amanda tried her best to contain herself.
We couldn't have made it through it without all you people out here that have supported us. And especially Amanda.
All I can say is, again, thank you. It's because of the letters and the calls and the just amazing support that we've received that we've been able to endure.
Getting to this moment hasn't just taken 4 years. It's taken a battalion of close friends, parents of high school classmates, neighbors, and true believers who devoted all their spare time and then some.
We had people that had legal backgrounds. We had people who had police background, but mainly we had people that were interested in justice and saw grave injustice and wanted to work to be part of something bigger than themselves.
Mike Heavey is a member of something called Friends of Amanda, but it's more like Amanda's Army. Even as investigators poured through evidence in Italy, the Friends of Amanda double-checked everything, reanalyzed forensic data, and helped shape the appeal.
Do you think the family could have achieved as much as they have without so much sharp and obsessive, tireless support?
I doubt it, simply because these are ordinary people, good people, bright people, but suddenly thrust into a situation that no one could ever anticipate. I don't see how a family could possibly have coped with the attacks that they have endured.
The volunteer effort was as necessary as it was relentless. Amanda's parents, Kurt and Etta, are divorced. Each took out second mortgages, ran through credit cards and retirement accounts in order to help cover legal bills, estimated at more than $1 million. Amanda's sister had to drop out of college and get not one, but 2 jobs.
Working 2 jobs and not being able to go to school is frustrating and hard, but you don't think about how hard it is because you realize what Amanda's going through and how much harder that is.
These are middle-class Americans in Seattle. They're by no means wealthy before this, and now they've been devastated by this economically.
For Amanda, the question now is, how will she cope? Can a young woman go from being an anonymous college student abroad to an internationally known murder suspect to freedom and home again without experiencing severe trauma? Psychiatrist Gail Salt says Knox is facing a mix of issues ranging from her imprisonment to her notoriety.
People who endure that kind of trauma, if they are able to cope with it, if they find coping skills and they surmount it, well, that builds incredible resilience. On the other hand, if it's overwhelming trauma and you've left feeling that you weren't able to manage it, essentially, then it can undo you. So the question is really more one of how did she manage the trauma along the way?
But the people who've stood by her these last 4 years believe, despite all the challenges and all the attention, Amanda Knox will be just fine.
I think we'll go through a period of 5 years where it slowly dies down, and I think 10 years from now, somebody will say the name Amanda Knox and they won't know what it's all about.
In Seattle tonight, Amanda Knox has only one wish.
My family's the most important thing to me right now, and I just want to go and be with them. So, thank you for being there for me.
Home again. Life for Amanda Knox is just getting started. I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Seattle.